1. Self-awareness. Without self-awareness, you are nothing more than an unstoppable wrecking ball. Many people see that as an admirable trait, the ability to push forward by any means necessary. This is the toughness that is often associated with being a man. However, without self-awareness, that same wrecking ball mentality can also end up being quite destructive to you and those around you. Sometimes pushing through isn't what needs to be done. Sometimes another goal or achievement won't solve the issue. Self-awareness is the ability to pause that relentless desire to move forward and contemplate your present role in the situation. 2. The ability to play. All through growing up, my mother would drag me to musical events, camps, etc. Whenever I would say, "Mom, I don't want to," her reply would be, "Cole, when you get older and a girl wants to go out dancing, you are going to thank me." I always thought she was referring to the physical act of dancing, and in many ways, she was. But what she really meant was that women love to play. Playing is a very feminine act. It's the reason why the stereotype has become for all those tough businessmen in suits to not leap out onto the dance floor. Playing is vulnerable, and that is often thought of as revealing a weakness. The truth is, in the eyes of a woman, it's the complete opposite. The ability to play is gentle and attractive. 3. Humility. Men that blame are not men. They are boys who have not yet understood the power of accountability. A gentleman, then, in every moment is willing to reflect and see what it is he has brought to the table to contribute to the current situation. He is not afraid to say, "I made a mistake. I was wrong." Many men fear saying those words because, again, they see it as revealing a vulnerability. To be wrong is to be weak, when really, it is entirely the opposite. A woman wants to feel understood and heard, and in order to move forward gracefully, that means taking accountability and allowing for that to happen. Humility, too, is the constant act of knowing whom you are without needing to be validated for it. Your self-confidence comes from a deep sense of self-understanding and acceptance, not from how much you have in the material sense. As Ron Jabori would tell me, nobody needs to know but you. 4. Responsibility. When I was 18 years old, I told my parents they couldn't tell me what to do anymore because I was an adult now. I was a man. My father said, "Cole, you might be a legal adult, but you won't know what being a man is like until you have real responsibility." He was right. If a man or manhood comes with responsibility, then a gentleman is someone who can handle life's responsibilities gracefully. He can manage his own challenges while still putting others before himself. He can be stressed and have the self-awareness not to take it out on other people. He can earn for himself and at the same time look for ways to help others who may not be there yet. A gentleman doesn't just throw money at problems. He looks for ways to teach, empower, and nurture so that others can grow and mature too. 5. Forgiveness. And finally, a gentleman knows how to forgive. Note, that does not mean he should forget or continue to allow for the same mistakes to happen over and over again. Forgiveness has more to do with the ability to let go of old feelings within himself for his own sake and the sake of the other person. The ability to forgive is what allows for more positive energy to flow. And positive energy is what women are most attracted to. 6. A gentleman must be modest. A gentleman does not care for the attention of the world and will give praise wherever it is due. He does not rest on his laurels, for he knows that there is always more to learn. If it were only up to him, all the good deeds the gentleman does would go unnoticed, because he knows that actions speak louder than words, always. He is humble in nature, modest in whatever he does, and confident enough to display this modesty wherever he goes. 7. A gentleman must have integrity. A gentleman is just as honest, direct, and kind when he is around people as when he is alone. What he does behind the scenes is not any less important or less valuable than what he does when he shines in the limelight, and it is definitely not any different. What you see is what you get. A gentleman does not need to pretend to be someone else. He is confident enough in who he is that he shines wherever he goes, even if he is not always mature. 8. A gentleman must be brave. A gentleman will fight for what he believes and will stand up against all odds if he has to. He doesn't need to be called for help in a fight, as he is one of the first people that steps up to try to resolve the conflict. He is brave enough to jump into the depths of fear for others, for his love, and for every single one of his dreams. Nothing can hold a gentleman back from doing what is just and right in his book. He does not pretend or take part in anything less than he believes in and will stand up for everything without a single moment of hesitation. 9. A gentleman must have joy. A gentleman will not be brave unless he has to be, and in every moment he doesn't need to be brave, he will have fun. He knows how to play, how to act like a child, and how to have undisputed fun, but he is also able to switch to being brave or serious instantly should the situation arise. Although he doesn't do this unless he has to, a gentleman knows the power of laughter and joy and desires to spread positive energy wherever he walks. Not to make himself feel better, but because a gentleman is a kind soul and cares for the people around him, even if that means he has to sacrifice part of his time. 10. A gentleman cares. No matter where you go, what you do, or what mistakes you have made, a gentleman will always be there to care for you. Even if you go against his beliefs or hurt the people he holds dear, he will still give you the respect and kindness you are due, albeit it might not be much. A gentleman will always drop what he is doing, will sacrifice his time and effort, and will do what is necessary every time someone requires his service. To a gentleman, there is no higher calling than service to others, than bringing joy, kindness, and prosperity to the world. A gentleman will always act with these things in mind and walk through fire before he ever lets any of this fall. No matter where you are, if you are hurt, the gentleman will always care. 11. The vibe. You spot a gentleman and you can feel their powerful vibe. They walk like they have a crown on their head. Their body posture radiates exceptional confidence. The positivity around them is infectious. The smile on their face can sweep you off your feet. Hanging out with them can make you happy. 12. The ability to take decisions. This is something that ain't easy, and you can see these species doing it like they were born with this. They aren't fickle-minded freaks, and their decisions don't change once it is done. They know their stuff and they act like a pro when it comes to dealing with it. 13. Handling women. These are the ones with whom women feel safe and feel like sharing everything. They're the ones who can be both courageous and innocent at the same time. They aren't roadside Romeos, but they know how to shoot the arrow of love perfectly. They're committed and responsible, and they don't fool around. Simply put, they're lions who know when to turn into their loved one's fluffy bunny. 14. The art of listening. No matter what you say, no matter how stupid it is, they simply listen to you and wait till you're done. They analyze, take their time, and then reply with something that can make you forget what you said. They can influence your thoughts. They use fewer words but make strong arguments.